My beautiful souls, have you ever felt drained from chasing after someone's attention? Have you ever been the one reaching out, hoping for a reply, only to feel the emptiness of silence in return? Today, we're going to explore a powerful truth. What happens when you stop trying to contact him? When you pull your energy back, when you refocus on yourself, a shift occurs not just within you, but in the dynamics of your relationship. Let's step into this conversation with love and wisdom, understanding that true connection begins with the love we give ourselves. When you stop trying to contact someone, particularly a man whose attention you've been seeking, something remarkable begins to happen. Energy, which is often unspoken but undeniably felt, shifts in ways that are both subtle and profound. This is because energy speaks louder than words. It's the silent language of our intentions, emotions, and actions. And it carries messages that others can't help but notice, even if they aren't consciously aware of them. For example, changing the tone of our voice can help us. Think about the times you've been around someone who didn't say a word, yet you could feel their mood. Perhaps their energy felt warm and inviting, or maybe it was tense and distant. That's the power of energy. It operates beyond language and touches the deeper layers of our awareness. When you stop trying to contact someone, the energy you've been extending outward begins to pull back. This shift creates a ripple effect, changing not only your internal state, but also the dynamic between you and the other person. When you're in a place of constantly reaching out, your energy flows in one direction, toward him. Every text, call, or message carries an unspoken signal. I want your attention. I seek your presence. Over time, this consistent outward flow can create an imbalance. You may feel drained, while he may sense your availability as something he doesn't have to work for. This isn't about blame. It's about understanding the laws of energy. When one person is always giving, the other becomes accustomed to receiving without effort. What happens when you stop? When you pull your energy back, it creates space. That space is not empty, it's filled with potential. Suddenly, the dynamic shifts and the other person can feel the absence of your energy. Even if he doesn't consciously realize it, he starts to sense that something has changed. It's as if the constant buzz of your attention has gone quiet, and in that quiet, he begins to notice what he had been taking for granted. This doesn't mean that he'll immediately rush back into your life, but it does mean that he will feel the shift. People are naturally drawn to energy that feels valuable and balanced. When you stop trying to contact him, you are signaling without words that your energy is no longer freely available. This change invites him to step into a more active role, to decide whether he values the connection enough to meet you halfway. Moreover, when you reclaim your energy, you begin to notice changes within yourself. You may feel lighter, freer, and more centered. This is because you're no longer investing so much emotional energy into someone else's response or lack thereof. Instead, you're redirecting that energy back into yourself, your goals, and your well-being. This redirection is powerful. It strengthens your sense of self-worth and reminds you that your value does not depend on someone else's recognition. Energy also has a magnetic quality. When you're constantly chasing or trying to contact someone, the energy of pursuit can inadvertently push them away. It's human nature to resist when we feel pressured, even if that pressure isn't explicit. But when you stop trying, when you let go of the chase, your energy becomes more self-contained. This creates a sense of mystery, of independence, and that can be incredibly attractive. It's not about playing games. It's about standing in your own power and allowing others to decide if they want to step into your orbit. As you reclaim your energy, you may also find clarity about what you truly want and deserve in a relationship. Stepping back gives you the perspective to evaluate the situation more objectively. Is this person truly meeting your needs? Are they reciprocating the effort and care you've been giving? When you're caught up in the act of chasing, it's easy to overlook red flags or settle for less than you deserve. But in the space created by your silence, you gain the opportunity to see the situation for what it is and to decide what you truly want moving forward. Finally, pulling back your energy is a form of self-love. It's a declaration that you value yourself enough to stop overextending, to stop chasing validation from someone else. This act of self-care sends a powerful message to the universe. I am worthy of love and respect. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will respond by aligning you with relationships and experiences that reflect this truth. So when you stop trying to contact him, you're not just creating a shift in the dynamic between you and him, you're creating a shift within yourself. You're reclaiming your energy, your power, and your sense of self-worth. This shift speaks volumes, louder than any words ever could. It's a reminder that energy, when aligned with self-respect and love, has the power to transform not only your relationships, but your entire life. When you choose to embrace silence in your interactions, something profound begins to unfold. Silence is often misunderstood as inaction or passivity, but in truth it is a powerful force. It creates space for thoughts to settle, emotions to surface, and realizations to emerge. When you stop reaching out or attempting to fill every void with words, you give both yourself and others the chance to reflect. Silence is also the chance to reflect. This pause can lead to deeper understanding, healing, and even transformation. Imagine a still pond. When you keep throwing stones into it, the surface ripples, making it impossible to see beneath. But when you stop, the water eventually calms, revealing what lies at its depths. Silence works in much the same way. When you step back and allow silence to take the place of constant communication, you create an environment where clarity can emerge for both you and the other person involved. When you stop trying to contact someone, especially someone whose attention you've been seeking, your absence becomes noticeable. It's in this absence that silence begins to do its work. The other person is no longer hearing from you, and this change disrupts their expectations. If they had grown accustomed to your consistent presence, your silence now stands out like a quiet void. In that void, they begin to reflect, whether consciously or unconsciously, on why the dynamic has shifted. And this reflection can lead to a variety of realizations. The person may start to miss the warmth, care, or support you brought into their life. They may begin to evaluate their own actions and consider whether they've contributed enough to the relationship. Silence creates a mirror, one that forces people to confront themselves. Without the noise of constant communication, they have no choice but to sit with their thoughts and feelings. Silence also speaks volumes about your self-respect. By choosing not to chase or push, you send a powerful unspoken message. I value myself enough to step back. This quiet confidence can inspire the other person to see you in a new light. Instead of perceiving you as someone who is always available or seeking their approval, they start to recognize your independence and strength. This shift in perspective can deepen their respect for you and make them more mindful of how they engage with you in the future. For you, silence is a gift of self-reflection. When you stop trying to reach out, you gain the time and emotional space to explore your own thoughts and feelings. Why were you so eager to contact this person? Were you seeking validation, reassurance, or a sense of connection? By sitting with these questions, you can uncover patterns or beliefs that may not be serving you. This self-awareness is invaluable as it allows you to grow and evolve in ways that empower you. Silence also helps you break free from reactive patterns. Often we reach out to others in moments of emotional vulnerability, when we're feeling lonely, insecure, or unsure. But when you embrace silence, you learn to sit with these emotions instead of acting on them impulsively. This practice builds emotional resilience and teaches you that you can handle discomfort without needing external validation. Silence is good for anything. It teaches you that you can handle discomfort without needing external validation. Over time, you become more grounded, more in tune with yourself, and less dependent on others to fill emotional voids. Another beautiful aspect of silence is that it allows the truth to surface. When there's no constant chatter or activity to distract from reality, things become clear. If the other person values you, they will notice your silence and feel compelled to respond. They will make an effort to bridge the gap because they don't want to lose the connection. On the other hand, if they remain indifferent, their lack of action speaks volumes. This clarity, though it may be painful at first, is a blessing. It shows you where you truly stand and allows you to make decisions that honor your worth. In relationships, silence can also serve as a reset button. When communication becomes strained or unbalanced, stepping back can provide the space needed for both parties to recalibrate. It's not about playing games or trying to manipulate. It's about creating an environment where both individuals can reflect on what they truly want and need. This pause can lead to more authentic, meaningful interactions moving forward. Ultimately, silence is not about absence, but about presence. It's about being present with yourself and allowing others the opportunity to do the same. It's about creating space for introspection, growth, and clarity. In a world that often prioritizes constant action and communication, silence is a radical act of self-love and self-respect. It allows you to reclaim your energy, focus on your well-being, and let the natural flow of life reveal what is meant for you. So, when you choose silence, you're not just stepping back, you're stepping into your power. You're giving yourself and others the gift of reflection. And in that reflection, transformation becomes possible. Silence, far from being empty, is a space filled with potential. A space where true understanding and connection can emerge. Self-respect is one of the most powerful and transformative qualities you can cultivate, not just for your own well-being, but for the way others perceive and treat you. It forms the foundation of your relationship with yourself. And this relationship sets the tone for how the world interacts with you. When you carry yourself with self-respect, you communicate without words that you value yourself, your time, and your energy. This silent declaration is magnetic, compelling others to respect you in return. At its core, self-respect is about recognizing your inherent worth. It's not about arrogance or feeling superior to others. Rather, it's about honoring yourself as a person deserving of kindness, consideration, and dignity. When you embody this belief, you naturally set boundaries that protect your peace and prioritize your well-being. Boundaries are an essential expression of self-respect, as they show others what you will and will not accept. People often take cues from how you treat yourself. If you show respect for your needs and values, they are far more likely to do the same. The energy of self-respect is palpable. It's seen in the way you walk, the tone of your voice, and the choices you make. It's in how you carry yourself, whether you're in a room full of strangers or in an intimate relationship. When you respect yourself, you don't feel the need to seek validation from others because you already know your value. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive. It draws people to you not because you demand attention, but because your presence exudes assurance and grace. When you possess self-respect, you become discerning about where you invest your time and energy. You don't chase after people who undervalue you, nor do you beg for love or approval. Instead, you focus on cultivating relationships that are mutual and fulfilling. This shift in focus changes the dynamic of your interactions. When others see that you're not willing to settle for less than you deserve, they begin to take notice. This doesn't mean everyone will suddenly treat you perfectly, but it does mean that those who genuinely value you will rise to meet your standards. A beautiful aspect of self-respect is that it teaches others how to treat you. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, someone repeatedly overlooks your needs and you accept it without addressing the issue. Over time, this signals that their behavior is acceptable and they continue to act in the same way. In the second scenario, you calmly but firmly communicate that their actions don't align with your values. This creates an opportunity for them to reflect and adjust their behavior. While not everyone will choose to change, those who truly care about you will make an effort to show respect because they see that you respect yourself. Self-respect also has a ripple effect on your choices. When you value yourself, you're less likely to engage in situations or behaviors that diminish your worth. You make decisions that align with your highest good, whether that's walking away from a toxic relationship, pursuing a passion that brings you joy, or simply prioritizing your mental and physical health. These choices not only improve your quality of life, but also reinforce your sense of self-worth. And as you grow in self-respect, you inspire others to do the same in their own lives. Another powerful aspect of self-respect is its ability to transform how you handle challenges. When faced with rejection, criticism, or setbacks, a person with self-respect doesn't crumble. Instead, they see these experiences as opportunities for growth. They understand that their worth isn't tied to external circumstances or other people's opinions. This resilience not only helps you navigate life's ups and downs, but also earns the admiration and respect of those around you. People are drawn to those who handle adversity with strength and grace. Self-respect isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about how you respond to those moments. When you make a mistake, self-respect means taking responsibility, learning from the experience, and moving forward without harsh self-judgment. This compassionate approach to yourself sets a standard for how others should treat you. It shows that you value growth and progress over perfection, and that you're willing to honor yourself even in your imperfections. Finally, self-respect is a form of self-love. And love is a powerful force. When you love and respect yourself, you send a clear message to the universe about what you're willing to accept in your life. This energy attracts people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your sense of worth. It's as if the world reflects back to you the respect you show yourself. In relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, self-respect creates a solid foundation for mutual respect. It sets the tone for healthy communication, balanced give and take, and genuine connection. People are more likely to value you when they see that you value yourself, and those who don't respect you, they tend to fade away, making room for those who do. In essence, self-respect is a powerful attractor. It signals to the world that you know your worth and that you won't compromise it. It's not just about earning the respect of others. It's about living a life that honors your true self. And when you do that, respect from others naturally follows. In a world that thrives on constant communication and instant gratification, absence carries a unique power. It creates a space where appreciation can grow, where the value of what once seemed ordinary becomes undeniably clear. Absence isn't about manipulation or playing hard to get. It's about creating the room for reflection and understanding. When you step back, you give others the chance to miss you, to realize the impact you had on their lives, and to appreciate what they may have taken for granted. Absence works on a simple yet profound principle. We often fail to fully value what is always available. When something or someone is readily accessible, it's easy to overlook its significance. The human mind tends to focus on novelty, seeking out new experiences and distractions. However, when that constant presence is suddenly no longer there, the void left behind sparks awareness. The absence becomes a mirror, reflecting what was once overlooked. This isn't just true for relationships, it applies to all aspects of life. Imagine a favorite song that you play on repeat. At first, it stirs deep emotions, but over time, its impact fades as you grow accustomed to it. Then, if you stop listening to it for a while, the next time you hear it, those same emotions resurface with intensity. The space created by its absence allows you to reconnect with its beauty. Similarly, when you remove yourself from a situation or relationship, you create the opportunity for others to truly see and feel your value. For someone accustomed to your presence, your absence can be startling. It disrupts their routine and forces them to confront a new reality, one without you in it. In this space, they begin to reflect on what you brought into their life. Maybe it was your kindness, your support, or your unique perspective. Whatever it was, the absence of it now becomes a noticeable gap. This is where appreciation begins to take root. It's important to understand that absence isn't about punishing someone or withholding yourself out of spite. It's about allowing the natural balance of give and take to reestablish itself. Relationships thrive on mutual effort, and if one person is always giving while the other is always receiving, an imbalance occurs. By stepping back, you allow the dynamic to reset. You give the other person the chance to step forward, to make an effort, and to show that they value you. Absence also works wonders for self-reflection. When you step away from a situation, you gain clarity about your own feelings and needs. You can assess whether the relationship or dynamic was truly serving you. Did it bring you joy? Was it balance? Did the other person respect and appreciate you? These are questions that can be difficult to answer when you're too close to the situation. Absence provides the space needed for honest introspection. Moreover, absence fosters emotional resilience. It teaches you to find fulfillment within yourself rather than seeking it externally. When you step back from constantly being there for someone else, you learn to redirect that energy inward. You realize that your worth isn't defined by how others perceive or respond to you. This inner strength not only benefits you, but also makes you more attractive to others. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured and self-sufficient. Absence also creates a sense of mystery and intrigue. When you're always available, there's little left for others to wonder about, but when you step away, you become a little less predictable, a little harder to reach. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing that you have a life outside of the relationship, that you value your own time and space. This independence is magnetic. It draws people in because it shows that you're not dependent on their presence to feel whole. When someone begins to appreciate you after your absence, their actions often change. They may reach out with more sincerity, express their gratitude more openly, or make a greater effort to nurture the relationship. This is because they've had the time to reflect on what you mean to them. They've had the chance to feel the void your absence created. And they don't want to lose you again. However, not every absence will lead to appreciation. Sometimes stepping back reveals that the other person was never truly invested. While this realization can be painful, it's also liberating. It frees you from investing your energy in relationships that don't honor your worth. It creates space for connections that are more authentic and fulfilling. Absence, then, is not just a tool for creating appreciation in others, it's also a gift to yourself. It allows you to reclaim your time, energy, and sense of self-worth. It helps you see clearly who values you and who does not. And in doing so, it guides you toward relationships and experiences that align with your true self. When you understand the power of absence, you realize that sometimes stepping back is the most loving and empowering thing you can do. It's a way of honoring your value, creating space for reflection, and fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. Absence doesn't diminish your presence. It enhances it by reminding others and yourself just how significant you truly are. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of rediscovery, of peeling back the layers of pain, doubt, and confusion to uncover the essence of who you are. When life presents challenges, heartbreak, loss, or disappointment, it can feel as though the world has shifted beneath your feet. But in those moments of struggle lies the opportunity for transformation. You begin to heal not when everything is perfect, but when you decide to turn inward, to nurture yourself, and to reclaim the parts of you that may have been lost along the way. The concept of Jonas comes from German. Healing often starts in silence, when the noise of external demands quiets and you allow yourself to sit with your feelings. You open the door to awareness. It's natural to want to avoid pain, to distract yourself from uncomfortable emotions. But true healing requires acknowledging what you feel, however messy or overwhelming it may seem. By facing your emotions with compassion rather than judgment, you take the first step toward releasing their hold on you. In this space of stillness, you begin to recognize the patterns that no longer serve you. Perhaps you've been carrying the weight of others' expectations or allowing fear to dictate your choices. Healing invites you to examine these patterns and ask, what is truly mine? And what have I been holding on to that I need to let go of? This introspection can feel like uncharted territory, but it's also where rediscovery begins. As you shed what isn't aligned with your authentic self, you create room for growth and renewal. Rediscovery is a process of reconnecting with your inner light. When life's challenges dim your spark, it's easy to lose sight of your passions, dreams, and sense of purpose. Healing helps you remember who you were before the hurt and encourages you to envision who you want to become. It's not about erasing the past, but about integrating its lessons into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Each step forward, no matter how small, is an act of reclaiming your power. As you heal, you also learn the importance of self-compassion. Many of us are our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards and berating ourselves for perceived failures. But healing teaches you to treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. It's a practice of speaking to yourself gently, forgiving yourself for mistakes, and understanding that you are worthy of love and care even when you're not at your best. Another key aspect of healing is setting boundaries. When you've been hurt or stretched too thin, it's often because your energy has been poured into others at the expense of your own needs. Rediscovery means recognizing your limits and honoring them. It's about saying no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you. These boundaries are not walls to keep people out, but guidelines that protect your peace and allow healthy relationships to flourish. Through this process, you start to rebuild trust in yourself. Pain can shake your confidence, leaving you doubting your instincts or your ability to navigate life's challenges. Healing helps restore that trust. As you make choices that honor your well-being, you prove to yourself that you are capable, resilient, and deserving of happiness. This newfound confidence becomes a foundation upon which you can build a life that aligns with your true self. Rediscovery also involves finding joy in the present moment. Healing is not solely about fixing what's broken, but about embracing the beauty that still exists. It's about noticing the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter, or the comfort of a quiet evening. These simple pleasures remind you that life is still rich with possibility, and that joy can coexist with the process of healing. As you move forward, you may find that healing and rediscovery are not linear. There will be days when the progress feels tangible, and others when it feels as though you've taken a step back. But even in those moments of doubt, healing continues. Each step, each choice to nurture yourself brings you closer to wholeness. In rediscovering yourself, you may also uncover new strengths and passions. Perhaps you realize you have a talent for something you never considered before, or you find a sense of purpose in helping others. These revelations are gifts of the healing process, showing you that even from pain, growth and beauty can emerge. Ultimately, healing and rediscovery are acts of self-love. They affirm that you are not defined by what has happened to you, but by how you choose to rise from it. You are a work in progress, a masterpiece unfolding, and each day brings new opportunities to heal, grow, and rediscover the essence of who you are. Through this journey, you come to understand that you are whole, worthy, and enough, just as you are. There's a moment in every connection when authenticity breaks through the surface, when words, actions, or even silence reveal what's hidden beneath. In relationships, this unveiling of true feelings can be transformative. It can affirm love, clarify doubts, or provide the closure you've been yearning for. When his true feelings are revealed, it's like opening a door to clarity, a space where intentions and emotions finally stand bare for you to understand. True feelings are not always expressed through grand declarations. Often they live in the subtle details, the things he says without thinking, the way his gaze lingers, or the effort he makes when no one else is watching. Words can be rehearsed, but actions are a reflection of what resides in the heart. When his actions align with his words, they reveal consistency and sincerity. When they don't, they can unveil hesitancy, confusion, or a lack of depth in his commitment. The process of discovering someone's true feelings can be both enlightening and challenging. There are times when his emotions are not as clear to him as they might be to you. People often carry fears, insecurities, and past experiences that shape how they express or suppress their feelings. This can result in mixed signals, leaving you wondering where you truly stand. But even in these moments, there's truth to be found. Ambivalence, for instance, often reflects an inner struggle or a fear of vulnerability. Silence, too, can speak volumes. When someone avoids addressing their feelings, it might not mean they don't care. It might mean they're unsure how to articulate their emotions or are afraid of the consequences of revealing them. However, silence can also indicate disinterest or emotional withdrawal. The challenge lies in discerning the difference, not by making assumptions, but by observing patterns and trusting your intuition. When his true feelings are revealed, you may feel a sense of validation. Perhaps his actions have consistently shown care and affection, and his words finally catch up to those gestures. This alignment can deepen trust and strengthen your bond, giving you a clearer understanding of where you stand in his heart. In these moments, the vulnerability of sharing feelings becomes a powerful bridge that connects two souls on a deeper level. On the other hand, discovering his true feelings might bring disappointment. Maybe he's been distant, inconsistent, or reluctant to invest in the relationship. If his revelation confirms your fears, it can be painful but also liberating. Knowing the truth allows you to stop second-guessing and move forward, whether that means addressing the issue together or choosing to walk away. Clarity, even when it hurts, is always a gift. It frees you from the uncertainty that can be far more draining than the truth itself. Sometimes his true feelings emerge not in how he treats you, but in how he behaves when you step back. Absence often acts as a powerful catalyst, forcing people to confront what they might have overlooked. When you stop reaching out, when you stop chasing, his reaction can be revealing. Does he make an effort to close the gap, or does he let the distance grow? His response, or lack thereof, can tell you more about his feelings than any words ever could. It's important to remember that someone's feelings are a reflection of where they are in their own journey. His inability to express love or commitment may not mean you're unworthy. It might mean he's not ready or capable of offering what you deserve. True feelings are not always about you. They're often shaped by his past, his fears, and his personal struggles. Understanding this can help you navigate the revelation of his emotions with compassion for both him and yourself. When his true feelings are revealed, it's also an opportunity to reflect on your own emotions. How do you feel about what you've learned? Does it align with your needs, values, and vision for the relationship? True feelings, whether joyful or painful, invite you to reassess your own desires and boundaries. They remind you that your happiness is not solely dependent on someone else's emotions, but on how well those emotions fit into the life you want to create. Ultimately, the revelation of his true feelings is not an ending but a beginning. Whether it leads to deeper connection or a necessary separation, it provides a foundation of truth on which you can build. If the feelings are mutual and sincere, they pave the way for growth and love. If they're not, they give you the freedom to let go and seek the relationship that aligns with your worth and dreams. The truth, no matter how it unfolds, is always a step forward. It clears away confusion, breaks down illusions, and allows you to move forward with clarity. When his true feelings are revealed, they are not just about him. They become a mirror, reflecting your path and guiding you toward what's meant to be.